What's up, guys? So today we're going to talk about posture and how it affects our ability to be able to train. So think about the world that we live in. We work at a computer, we drive in a car, and we have phones or other technology that calls us to get in this very internally rotated, upper back rounded posture. And we spend the majority of our time there. We're done with all that and we decide we want to go train. Well, we get there to train and we are required to go overhead in some way. So we're going to do pull downs, we're going to do pull ups, we're going to do overhead presses. Well, if I'm very rounded in my upper back or my shoulders are very internally rotated, this is not an easy position to get into, especially not if I want to get the most out of my training. So I'm going to give you 5 different things to help improve that. The first 3 are going to be mobility pieces. The last 2 are going to be strengthening pieces. So the mobility will open up new ranges of motion, and the strengthening pieces will help reinforce that new range of motion. As part of the mobility, there will be some foam rolling. So for the foam rolling, we want to spend about 2 minutes doing each area. If you come across an area that is tight or painful, stay on that area for approximately 30 seconds and take a couple of really deep, slow breaths. When it comes to the strengthening exercises, we want to be slow and controlled and methodical. Think about the positions that we're going to be in and that we're trying to reinforce those positions. And the last thing I'll say is that any training should encompass all these things in some form. Any program that I write specifically will work on all these areas. Maybe not all together like we're going to do them today, but spread out throughout the week. So if your training doesn't do that, it's time to reevaluate the training program and see what holes you have. So from there, we're going to move into some demos of the movements, the 3 mobility movements and the 2 strengthening movements. And if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Okay, this is the first mobility piece. This is using a foam roller to help open up the lats and the T-spine. As you can see, I got my arms crossed over my chest. I'm flexing and extending through my thoracic spine, working my way from the bottom of my neck down to the bottom of my rib cage. Usually takes about a minute. And then you're going to flip over to one side, whichever you prefer. Put one arm, that same arm, straight overhead, and then start to roll back and forth over the foam roller, looking for tender spots. If you find one, spend about 30 seconds taking deep breaths, trying to exhale around the foam roller itself. And you can also add movement through the extended arm like I'm doing here. This is a tack and stretch method that was made famous by Kelly Starrett. You essentially pin the muscle down and then add movement to help facilitate additional range of motion through it. Once you're done working your way down to the bottom of the rib cage after about 2 minutes, don't forget to flip over and do the other side. Okay, this is the second mobility piece. It's a handcuff internal rotation stretch. Start with your hands over your chest, take them out wide, and put them in a handcuff position in your lower back. Use your body weight as a kind of a fulcrum to help add pressure to move in or to facilitate the stretch itself. We want to spend about 2 minutes in this position. Focus on taking deep, slow belly breaths like I'm doing, exhaling fully. Okay, this is the third and final mobility piece. This is a half kneeling thoracic opener. It's actually divided into 2 parts. So this first part, think of it as a open book from a half kneeling position, rotating around the thoracic spine itself. I like to, when my hands are closed, take a deep breath, exhale, open, inhale, back closed. The second part is kind of like a windmill, adding mobility to the T-spine itself and also the shoulder. So I like to inhale when my arms are together, exhale, open, inhale, back closed. We want to do approximately 10 reps per side here. All right, this is the first strengthening piece to reinforce that new range of motion. It's called a YWT iso hold. Notice the first thing I did was pull my shoulder blades back and down, then I lifted up to a Y, held that for 5 seconds, moved back to a W, and then I'm going to move out to a T, also holding for 5 seconds. Let's do 3 rounds of 3 reps, holding for 5 seconds. This is the second strengthening piece. It's a banded face pull. I've got the band set low. I'm pulling back, driving with my thumbs to create external rotation, squeezing my shoulder blades Let's do 3 sets of 20 reps with a 1 second pause.